Hi.
Hi, Tripp, Bill Maxwell, Chicago 3 Media. I'm excited to be talking with you. I'm looking forward to the Red Dawn. I've been seeing the trailers running in the theaters, and I've seen the trailer on the YouTube. So it's a very exciting film.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Are you a fan of the original?
Oh, excuse me?
Are you a fan of the original?
No, I did not see the original, but I know it was 1984
Yep.
that it was made. How true does it stay to the original for people out there who've seen the Red Dawn, the original, and you're...
It stays. That's a hard question to answer. I mean, there are certain. The basic foundation of the story is very similar, but there are some pretty big plot changes that we ended up making.
Fantastic. So it's refreshing then. It's not like seeing a remake with different characters, actors. It's exactly, you put a lot of changes into it. And it's starring Chris Hemsworth, Josh Hutcherson. And I understand these are two guys that you met actually and discovered them before their careers rocketed.
Well, Josh, yeah, we've worked with him before Red Dawn, and he was in Journey to the Center of the Earth and Journey Mysterious Island, and then obviously Hunger Games. So yeah, we've known him a long time.
Okay.
And Chris Hemsworth was cast in Red Dawn, and then he ended up getting Thor the day, I think it was literally the day after we cast him. So that's kind of fun.
Oh, geez, yes. I know. He was in Chicago last year, and I was trying to get an interview with him, but he was so booked. It was last moment. Oh, things like so. He's a great actor. I've seen Thor. Thought the movie was absolutely terrific. I love those action type of movies, and I know the Red Dawn was actually like a labor of love for you, wasn't it? This is just a genre that you are really involved producing, isn't it?
I do. I love action movies, and I particularly love Red Dawn just because the original movie had such a big impact on me when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
So this movie, I can say for sure, this movie has been a labor of love because it's been a much longer labor of love than I had originally intended it to be.
It sounds like it, because you said this was actually Chris signed on a day before he picked up Thor.
Yep.
Wow. So it's been sitting around for a while. It hasn't been sitting around. You've been working on it a long time. And the premise is, if I get this right, paratroopers start falling out of the sky and they're invading the the state of Washington in a small little city. And then the neighborhood group gets together and they start training to fight back against this invasion.
Well, yeah. I mean, the movie's set in Spokane, Washington, but the invasion is taking place on both coasts. So, and our story does center on what's happening in Spokane and this group of insurgents coming together to fight back the invading force.
Okay, yeah, that's obviously a nightmare I've had before of having paratroopers dropping in on me. So this kind of runs along that line. So I know the excitement that can build. And you've been very busy yourself, just in your own business. You've started, what was it, just last year? Congratulations with Vinson²s, by the way. And you sold Shadowrunner, and you're working on Murder Mystery.
Yeah.
Coming up too, and that's really, you really have been buzzing out there in L.A. in the West Coast. With how did you pick the release date for the day before Thanksgiving?
I didn't pick the release date. The people that are distributing the movie picked that date.
Oh, okay.
So the Film District and Open Road, who are the companies that are involved in marketing and distributing the movie, picked that date. But I'm really happy with the date.
Me too.
I think that the movie has a chance to find an audience because there's really, Skyfall will have been out a couple weeks. I think there might be an audience for an action movie over the holiday.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it. That's why I asked you that question, because it's a great date. After you're done having Thanksgiving dinner, why not head to the theaters, right? You have the next day.
Do that.
Yeah, you have, and plus, if you fall asleep from all that turkey, you can watch it the next day on Friday.
Well, the movie's really loud, so I don't think you're going to fall asleep.
Okay. Or I mean, not the movie itself, but falling asleep after a meal of turkey. No, you won't fall asleep. I've seen the trailers, and so this movie is it's just like an action-packed U.S. invasion film, this Red Dawn, and you've done a wonderful job putting it all together too. Usually there's always something that goes on set during production. Any interesting stories that you had?
Yeah, Yeah, actually, well, we shot the movie in Detroit, and one of the kind of crazy, interesting things that happened was we fired a tank off, while we were shooting for the shot, and I was really taken and surprised at how loud and powerful that concussion is.
Oh yes.
You kind of lift off the ground a little bit, and some office windows got broken.
Wow.
In the neighboring building, so that was kind of fun.
But that's something you're going to remember. A bang like that so it was a real tank that you used that you fired off. Wow. And
not live rounds.
No.
Real tank.
That I would have heard about in Chicago, I'm sure. Neighbor in Detroit out there too. That's fantastic. It's got to be a lot of fun for you working as producer and also executive producer on these type of action films, isn't it?
It is. It is. It's a lot of fun, and it's a lot of fun to be involved with productions that are this complex and this big, and I mean, there's so many elements that go into these things, and I love it.
Yeah, because I look at a trailer, and I grew up in LA, so in North Hollywood, so I got, I've been in the studios before and seen some production work behind the scenes, but now it's just so fantastic. I watch films and I look at it and I say, how did they make that? It's just, especially with Red Dawn, you have the planes coming in, the paratroopers dropping out of the sky, you have the fire going off. It's just so many things involved that.
Yeah, one of the cool things about this movie too is it's not a heavy visual effects movie, which a lot of action movies today are. So I think that really adds to the sort of the visceral feeling of the movie.
That's good. So it's playing old school more, where it takes talent, it takes creative FX people to really bring something to life instead of sitting there at a computer all day for 4,000 hours creating something.
Yeah, and fearless stunt people.
Yeah, yes. That's a credit to all those stunt people who do that type of work too. And the movie is a nice size movie. It's 114 minutes long, so it's not like you get in or it feels like it's dragging or anything. And I'm sure it doesn't, because I love action-packed movies. I always have as a kid. And this is another fine movie that you're bringing out for all of us movie fans. And no, this is also for anybody who wants to. That's on Facebook.com/RedDawnFilm. And how about your own career? How can people follow you there, Tripp?
Well, I'm a new user to Twitter, so I will be on there occasionally, and sometimes I tweet out information about projects and whether it's Red Dawn or any of the other things I'm working on. So that's probably the best way.
Oh, okay. And so it'd be Twitter full name then, right? Tripp Vinson?
Yes.
Okay. Very good. Well, certainly I appreciate that. I'm sure I'm going to hook up on you with Twitter too. And
good. I don't have that many followers yet. I'm new to it.
Oh, okay. Yes. I'm trying to keep people just with Chicago 3 Media trying to follow the Twitters, and it's hard to. It's really hard to do. It really is on that. But you think sometimes, I don't know if you ever have the time when you're on set, following the production, keeping it in track. Do you have time, you think, that maybe once in a while you'll tweet out something, especially like a story like the windows breaking when that tank went off?
I definitely will. I haven't, as I said, I really just signed up to Twitter recently for the release of Red Dawn, but I certainly will do tweet out stuff when we're on set and pictures and that type of thing. That sounds like a lot of fun and a good way to get people invested in.
Oh yes, especially when something like that comes out. I want to hear. People want to hear about it. We want to hear what you guys are doing behind the magic world of film. So this is going to be great. And well, geez, I appreciate all the time you spent this evening. I know you're probably home from a day-long work, and you probably have some other.
I'm still at the office.
Oh, you're still? Oh my goodness. Oh,
it's only 6:15 here.
Yes, but 6:15, everybody's home in Chicago. You get on the expressway, it's traffic jam, not as bad as LA, but it's still, you want to get home and everything. And but it's just your world that you have to just keep plugging. Well, you love it. It's a labor of love, and like the movie is, and you have something. It's just not a job. It's something that everybody would dream to be able to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a privilege to be able to do this.
Oh yeah, and I'm going to follow, and I'm going to start paying more attention to other films that you've produced and start renting those out too, because you're a very talented individual to able to bring this movie out alive for me. And like I said, I've been waiting. I've seen the trailers for weeks. I go to the movies often, and I said, whoa, this Red Dawn, it's on my list. And
well, hope you like it.
I guarantee I will, and I'm sure I'm going to tweet out how great it is for other people to get to, because I'm going to be in there Wednesday when it releases. I like to get into the movies right away and get a review on that. Well, thank you once again, and Tripp, and you have a lovely evening out there in LA, and get yourself home.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you, Bye-bye.
Bye.